Before we begin today's broadcast, we would like to take a moment to thank our supporters on patreon.com/howdyfolks, whose support helps make live streams like this possible. If you want to become a patron supporter, head over to patreon.com/howdyfolks today. And now, without further ado, let's begin the show.
Howdy there, folks. How are y'all doing? My name is Reese, and welcome to another live stream. Yeah, I'm actually doing the Saturday, Tuesday, Thursday thing, and I'm trying to stay on top of it. Let's do a sound test, shall we? Thing. Yeah, I heard myself say thing. That's close enough. That's all I needed to hear. How are y'all doing, though? Who have we got here in the chat? We got Gilliam and Blood Elf in the chat, and someone else who's not chatting, and that's fine. I can respect that. Hey, Gilliam, how you doing? Yelling out some howdy, folks. Respect. Appreciate it. All right. Today we're playing Kingdom Hearts 3 again, because it's May. It's the month of completion. Starting to look like that might roll over a bit into June, which is okay. That's still the first half of the year, and I want to kind of wipe the slate clean, everything we've had in the first half of the year, and go into the second half, July and onward, with a whole fresh new slate of live stream series and channel videos on the channel. So we're focusing on getting Kingdom Hearts finished up, and at the rate we're going, we'll have it done before the end of May, easily, especially if I can actually record Thursday, Saturday. We've only got a few worlds left. We've got Frozen, we have the Pirates of the Caribbean world, we have Big Hero 6, and then we have the big finale world, which is going to have to be a Saturday-style stream, because we're going to be there for a very long time. So I don't want to do that on a Tuesday or a Thursday night. Might break it up over the course of a couple of streams, because Endgame is very long. Both the movie and the end of this game. Very long, big time sink, big investment. So, of course, I've played through it all before on the channel. You can go to youtube.com/howdyfolksgaming, and my first reaction playthrough was there. I only recorded it because I was like, what if something incredible happens, and I want to capture my response. As it happens, I don't really respond to incredible things happening all that boisterously. Is that the right term? I don't think so. I don't have big reactions to things, so they're very short videos. They're like 3-hour recordings condensed into 10 or 15 minutes. Which might be enjoyable compared to me just waffling on here at the start of this. So, let's hop into the game. I've already cleared out quite a bit of space between last episode and this episode. I went back to the Monster World, I 100%ed it, and we're back here now. Have you ended up watching the timeline? Have you... Oh, what is this? Have you watched the timeline? Have you watched the timeline? Gilliam, I think you're talking about the individual's timeline you asked me to watch. If they have a timeline video, because I did look them up afterward, while I was on the toilet of all places, I couldn't find a single video that was a timeline. It looked like it was an entire playthrough. And I don't really want to watch someone else play through all the Kingdom Hearts games immediately after I've just played through all the Kingdom Hearts games. Looked interesting, though. But for right now, we're going to continue through Kingdom Hearts 3. Round 2, we're going to have to play this game again. I hope you folks realize that we're going to have to play this game again. Because, can I not launch from here? I'd like to launch from here. This is where I want to go. Embark from waypoint MST01? Well, I mean, if this is MST01, that's a MST03. We can embark from there. Can't embark from a treasure sphere, I see. That checks out. That actually makes perfect sense. Let's get over there. We're going to have to play this game again eventually on Critical to see what that's like. I don't think that'll be a live stream. I'm not really looking forward to live streaming any of the Kingdom Hearts games again for at least 4 or 5 years. Maybe when the next one comes out, whatever it may be, we'll go through them all again. But I am sort of semi-interested in playing through all of them on the harder difficulty. So Critical for the ones that have it, and I guess just hard. Proud mode, I think it is on the first game. It doesn't seem to have a critical mode. I don't believe, at least. I do have the 1.5 plus 2.5 HD collection. I think Proud mode is as difficult as it gets on there. I know 2 has a critical mode. I think most of the games after 1 have a critical mode. I'm not sure. And of course, I will never play through the card game because I haven't got the patience. I can't even remember what it's called. Is it Chain of Memories? Chain of Memories. Which one is that? I'm thinking of Recoded is on the 3DS. Well, the DS. So yeah, Chain of Memories is the card game. And I did try. I put an hour of my life into recording a video of that game. And within 10 minutes, I knew that this was not for me. Maybe if I watched a tutorial and I found all the exploits and how to get through it as quickly as possible with as little effort and played through it on the easiest settings, that might be different. Maybe then I would put the time into it and actually complete it. But as of right now, just no interest in it. I know the story of Rechain of Memories, and I get the gameplay, and I don't like the gameplay. So I don't want to suffer through gameplay that I don't enjoy for a story that I already know. I would rather just leave that one as sort of the 1 hour I completed. I made a save room, I saved, I never went back. I'm just going to leave it at that. I'm perfectly content with that being my legacy with that game. Of course, PlayStation 5 coming out in the next couple of years, maybe we'll get a brand new collection of all of the games. How cool could that be? And they'll all be in 4K. I just want them on my Switch. The first every game before 3 would easily run on the Switch. They should just be on there. They already brought 3 to the Xbox, so it's not like they have some sort of exclusivity issue. Just put them on the Switch. Let me play them when I'm not sitting in this chair, and I'll be a happy boy. Although, I mean, I've played them all like this, and it's been an enjoyable experience. I actually sit back there on that chair when I play between streams. So when I go back and I 100% worlds, that's what I'm doing.
Hey, Donald, give me a coat.
The magic doesn't work that way.
But why doesn't the magic work that way?
Reach. Hey, Islander, what can I say? Huh? Look, even the sea's turning to ice. Donald, this isn't your magic, is it?
Do you think it's the Heartless?
Gilliam is correcting me and saying it's COM, not Recom. I think it is Recom. Chain of Memories is on the Game Boy Advance. And then it's Rechain of Memories on the PS4 in the collection. And I've also got Recoded, which is a fun one. I actually really enjoyed that one, but I also never finished it. I got distracted. I was playing through it on my 3DS, and I got distracted with things on the Switch. And I haven't picked my 3DS up since. So, again, put them all on the Switch. Even the DS games. I don't need a graphical overhaul. Just get rid of the touchscreen controls. They don't need them. And actually, they really don't. I can't think of anything in either of those games that benefits from touch controls that you can't just do with either a pause menu or a pop-up menu. So make that happen. If you're out there listening to this, Tetsuya Nomura, Square Enix, or Round Enix if you're out there, hop on it. Round Enix is, of course, the rivals to Square Enix. They roll and roll and roll, where Square Enix is just stuck on one side. You can try to push it over one way, but it's not going to happen. This is a bad joke. This is a dad joke, and I'm not even a father. I'm going to drop it and move on. Just focus on the gameplay for now. So things that we look forward to in this world. I love the movie Frozen. And I love Kingdom Hearts. So you would think that maybe the two together would be great. But I think this is probably my least favorite world in the game, and probably one of my least favorite worlds in all of the games. And that's saying something, because let's all be real with one another here. There are some big duds in this series. Not every world lands. I know a lot of people dislike the Atlantica worlds. I would rather play through Kingdom Hearts 2 playing music with Ariel than I would play through this world. Maybe that makes me a bad person. Maybe it means that my tastes are null and void. Maybe I don't care. This is the worst world. And if you haven't watched my playthrough on my YouTube channel, I'll show you why here in a bit. Trust me, it won't take long for me to show you. It's very repetitive. It feels like this world was rushed. Like they didn't originally have it planned, or I actually subscribe to the theory that it was planned, and they did develop quite a bit for it, and that Disney made them change it. And we'll get to that in a minute. Me and Halrondo actually discussed this in in our only video, where we discussed Kingdom Hearts 3 and kind of gave our thoughts on it immediately after completing it. And we sort of theorized this, and then a lot of other people started theorizing it. Not based off what we said, mind you. Not enough views on that video for anyone else's theories to be based on ours. I think it's just one of those things that it's kind of obvious and it kind of stands out. Therefore, a lot of people noticed it. And again, I'll point it out when we get there, but I feel like there was a very different third act to this game previously that no doubt Disney had altered. How's Donald get magic? Asks Gilliam. You know, I don't know. I'm not sure how Donald got magic, and I don't know how Goofy became the captain of the guard. If I'm getting a court mage and a captain of the guard, my mates Donald and Goofy aren't the two I'm thinking of. I would probably get Pete for the captain of the guard. And, you know, maybe that's why Pete's such a sourpuss, right? Like, he's always running around, he's so angry and trying to help Maleficent and be the hero of the week or whatever the story was in Birth by Sleep, something along those lines. That was close. You can't say that that wasn't close. It was something like that. And maybe if he'd just been made captain of the guard instead of a character whose literal name is Goofy, maybe it would have worked better. Just throwing that out there. Nothing against Goofy. He's fine. I'm not trusting Goofy to guard my kingdom and my castle and my mouse bride. My mouse bride, not Mickey's. Oh my gosh, look at that. Fire and ice. Oh, what a tale right there. That was amazing. It's just like something out of a fantasy novel or a really bad TV show that's gone downhill. Under the snow, under the snow. Everything's better. Down where it's colder. Take it from me. This is a theory. A game theory. I think that MatPat did actually make a game theory about this. But again, it's a pretty popular theory, which I think will probably someday we'll learn is correct. Or it might have even already been announced to have been correct. And I just don't pay enough attention to such things. We've got a side trail over here, and I don't know where it leads, or if we should follow it. This could take us well off the beaten path into a place we shouldn't go. Ah, this must open up later. Making assumptions here. Which TV show has really gone downhill? Oh, Nate, you know, lots of TV shows come out and they go downhill, particularly ones that are based off of source material that isn't complete, and in the last couple of seasons they just kind of have to wing it. And then the quality of the writing and the understanding of the characters is really called into question. I'm not saying that the latest couple of seasons, in particular the last few episodes of Game of Thrones, has been awful or anything. I wouldn't say that, but I would probably say that if you were to ask me my opinion. But please don't. Let's not discuss that. Let's focus on things that we like. Love Kingdom Hearts 3. I think it's a great game. Widely criticized, I think, from people who, you know, in their own minds probably built it up to be the be-all, end-all best video game ever because 14 years ago they played the second one and they've been waiting on this ever since. But as a person who got into this series not even a full year ago, you know, we had a month break in between, what was it? What was the last one we played? Was it was 3D, wasn't it? Yeah. Dream Drop Distance. Between Dream Drop Distance and this game, there was a 1 month break. And look, I was pretty hyped by the time it rolled around because this was going to be the first one actually made for HD, not sort of remastered or anything like that. And, well, no, you know what? I guess technically there is Kingdom Hearts 2.8 final chapter prologue or whatever it's called. That was pretty cool, but it was also a couple hours long. I actually thought there was a lot of really cool stuff in that I feel like they didn't quite bring over. Not mechanics-wise, but atmosphere and just something about the way the story was laid out in that. It felt very Birth by Sleep, and I really liked Birth by Sleep, and I feel like something was lost between that and this, but I don't really know how to explain how I feel about that or how to put it into words, so I won't. Won't waste your time with it. We could run past all of these enemies. I don't know what the level recommendation was for this world, but I'm pretty sure we're a bit ahead of it. At the same time, though, I don't know if y'all have noticed, there have been a couple instances where my health has gotten fairly low, and I don't want to risk dying, you know, when we've been doing pretty well so far. Have we died at all? I asked this the other day. I don't think we have died at all during this playthrough, and I would rather keep it that way, but I might also be wrong, because there was that big gap between when we started this series and when we picked it back up a couple of days ago with Jenna. So I can't really remember the beginning of this playthrough all that well. We didn't really get through a whole lot, though, did we? We did Hercules, I guess, and we did Twilight Town. What else did we do? Was that it? And then we did the break waiting for Jenna to come back and play the Tangled with us? I'm trying to remember. I can't remember what worlds came next. I know Hercules was first. Twilight Town. Then we might have gone to Tangled next? Possibly. I can't remember. I can't remember the early game all that well. And no one in chat seems to either, which is okay. I don't expect you folks to remember things that I should be remembering for me. I mean, it'd be nice if you did. But then I guess that's what Siri's for, right? You can tell her to remember stuff. Hey Siri, what's the third level in Kingdom Hearts 3? You're useless. Absolutely. Just a bunch of links to website pages speculating, as if the game's not already out yet. Is this the wrong direction? There's got to be a wall over here we run up, one assumes. Or we just go this way. Yeah, no, look, a wall. See, I know what I'm talking about. I'm not crazy. Spoilers, you will die, spoilers. Ah, Gilliam, I don't know. I didn't die till later. Oh, actually, you know what? I think I did not die on Monstropolis. I'm trying to remember in my first original playthrough on YouTube. I think that was the first time the Koopa coin, or whatever it's called, Koopo? A cup of coin was activated, and I would have died had I not had that, if I remember. I could go back and watch my own series, but why would I do that when I can just relive it right here with all of you folks?
Why are you here? Where did you come from?
Where did you go? Where did you come from, Sora-Eye Joe?
I'm from, let's just say, someplace a little warmer.
Just say south. It's always warmer south. Unless you're on the equator, in which case, if you go down south far enough, you'll end up in Antarctica, and it's not always warmer there.
You got us. So, what's your name?
Elsa. Queen Elsa of Arendelle.
What? The Queen? Huh.
You shouldn't be out here. Please go back to the village.
As you do, respond to royalty.
Why?
It's like full board mode. Let's go. Get a plank.
You look like you
And then you just fall over.
Don't you want to talk?
Please leave. I need to be
Plank. Do you remember
I don't
planking?
want to hurt anyone.
One of those classic internet memes that went too far.
Is it that bad?
Start seeing people on top of McDonald's signs just like, yeet. Well, they weren't saying yeet. Yeet wasn't a thing yet.
Sure, adventuring's
If you
fun.
check the timeline,
Everything
planking came
has its
before
ups and
yeeting.
downs. When the going
Could have
gets
used
tough,
yeet at the time, though.
friends have to stick together.
For every time a planker fell off of a high location and were yeeting to their death, would have been useful to have that.
I can relate to wanting some alone time.
What? I don't do that.
Clearly, this is too much for her. Yeah, that would be my response, too. Now, they shouldn't be surprised by this. They see this sort of stuff all the time.
Did you?
Donald can do... They can all do this, except for Goofy. Sora can blast ice out of his hands. This is not an impressive feat that he is witnessing here. But they're like, whoa, Elsa, did you just do a magic? I mean, 5 minutes ago I was asking Donald to do a magic and give me a coat. It's not like this isn't the sort of thing I'm used to. But yeah, I digress. Where are we going to go with this conversation? Nowhere useful, I'll tell you that. Big mecha guy. Big mecha Heartless. How do you defeat this guy? Probably going to have to whack him in the back, right? Oh, or in the legs. Or right in his face. Get away from him. That's the first step. Oh, dadgummit. Yeah, that was bound to happen. I hate wasting all my magic on a heal, which is also why I sort of hate the magic system in this game in 1, 2, and 3. I like the way they do it in, you know, like Birth by Sleep and Dream Job Distance instead, where you have the action command menu, the name of which I can't quite remember, but you've got a bunch of different skills you can put on there, and you just keep them sort of, they reload over time. I like that so much better. I wish that's what they did here. I understand why they didn't, because this is supposed to harken back to the first 2 games and make you think that you're a kid again, living with your mom and dad, and the real world's not a thing that you have to deal with. You don't have a full-time job and a house note. You're just a fun guy playing a video game. Remember that last video game you used to play when you were a kid? Wasn't that a good time? But all this reminds me of is a better control system that we could have instead, and we don't. I shouldn't have wasted that just then while he's got his armor up. Does his armor ever come down? It looks like it is. I think we are going to have to defeat it. I was thinking that maybe we could wait for a break in the armor, but it doesn't appear like that's going to happen. How does he feel about lightning? Feels pretty good about it. How does he feel about ice, fire? He feels pretty good about all of these equally. We're just going to have to start whacking him, I guess. Yeah. Oh, gosh. Oh, Shrek. No, no, no. It's fine. Fire. And then the air. Oh! Much effective. Very good. Hey, can we do, when we get our magic back, the attack with Wreck-It Ralph? Where we just sort of stand in front of him and we put down all those blocks and then we just yeet him? We're going to try. I mean, provided I don't have to heal myself again because I've stood in front of this guy and absorbed more hits. This on Critical is going to be a fun time, isn't it? I don't think so. We'll want to make sure Hal's there to tell me what to do, as always. We'll want to make sure that's the thing. Seems pretty safe. Apparently he can damage us like this, but I've never been killed inside of this thing. It seems like a pretty safe ride. And in fact, we might already just have him killed. I know you can't see the health bar, so let me put it to you like this. He's dead. No simpler way I can say that. Magic can't give you clothes, but it can create life out of snow? Well, Elsa's magic can create life out of snow. The most we can do with our magic is catch things on fire, burn them, electrocute them, heal all of our wounds. But her spewing ice on the ground is pretty impressive. So much so that it just silences us. Oh no, one survived.
Look out!
Nice. Kill shot. Very good. Would you like to join the crew? We're going on a little adventure. We got to get Roxas and Venti Latte out of our hearts, and we need heroes just like you. We're actually putting together a team. Hi, I'm Nick Fury. I call it the Revengers Initiative.
You said that word before.
That's what I want out of the next Kingdom Hearts game. You don't go to the different worlds to hang out and then you go to another world. You go to the different worlds and you recruit people from them, and you put together a team. And then the final boss fights, it's like you and 20 of your best mates all going in together. That would be cool. You level them all up. You can send them off on different missions, and they come back with loot, and they're a higher level. And the AI improves every time. I'm liking this idea. And the last battle is the 20 of you versus a horde of 1,000 Heartless. And look, I'm just throwing out ideas. I know that it's not going to be that. It's probably going to be the Toy Story world. What was it called? Anime boy fight robot Gygus. What was the name of the game? I can't remember now. It's gonna be that. It's at the end of the game too. Spoiler alerts.
Don't worry, she'll be okay.
Virum Rex,
She's pretty strong.
which is fine as long as it has Gygus combat. I enjoyed that. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, I hear you. But I just wanted to know why she was so sad.
And how is it any of your business?
Dun dun dun. It's Lizzie McGuire.
That's the organization code.
No, Gygus. What do you mean, Blood Elf?
Excuse
Oh, those were my favorite things about the Toy Story world.
Forgot. The name's Larxene. This time remember. And we'll take care of Elsa. So don't you worry.
Deep breaths, boy. Deep breaths. Don't sound so constipated. I was making that same sound the other day. I went to Chipotle. I was like,
I think she knows us, so we should play along.
it's all good, though. It all passes in time. Am I right?
Excuse me, I'm right here.
Oh. Why are you after Elsa?
No one's gonna hurt her, but we're not about to put up with your meddling. Stay here and behave yourselves.
Is this it? So this might be the moment I was talking about earlier. Magic, magic, and magic. Yeah, okay, so you got magic that can do this, but it can't create a sweater. Or a coat.
The ice.
It's going to wall us in.
It's actually going to create a tower.
This is so not my style.
Larxene!
She kicked their ice. I hope y'all heard that. I hope that sound effect worked. So she creates a tower here. And my theory, and it turns out everyone else's theory on the internet, is that this is actually Elsa's tower. That's what it was designed to be, and you're supposed to go up the mountain into Elsa's tower. That's going to be sort of like the end game. Maybe you fight Heartless Elsa, and then Disney said no, and they cut it out. Me and Hal discussed this in our discussion video, and it turns out everyone else in the world also had this theory, and everyone else in this world also buys into this theory. I think that that's just true. I think that this was supposed to be Elsa's castle, and Disney were like, no, no, no. Frozen 2's coming out. Elsa's a good girl. She can't be a villain. She's got to go fight a leaf-powered girl or something, whatever's happening in that trailer. Really cool trailer. But, is this magic not an alchemy? No, it's okay. Look, all you got to do is you got to find an item equivalent to a sweater or a coat, and then you burn it and you draw some chalk around it, and then the next thing you know, you've got yourself a sweater. So what's equivalent to a sweater? Well, if we're going by price, I'd say a nice shoe is the equivalent of a nice jacket. For some reason, those two things are equal in the world of fashion, which is an industry that I'll never understand, but there you go. So we want a coat. Sora can take off one of his abnormally large, goofy-looking shoes, and he can stick that in the circle, and then, hey, next thing you know, we got ourselves a real nice jacket, and maybe even some nice thermal underpants. That would be useful up here. With big old thunder. Yeah. I don't really want to Blaster Blaze again. I don't want to activate any of these because they're very time-consuming, and we're down to just a couple enemies. So we're just going to ignore them. Oh, no, they're still spawning. Well, in that case, let's do Blaster Blaze. It's fun. I enjoy it. I find that this one is usually, though, more effective with a single big enemy that you can just constantly keep shooting. Because with the little ones, to kill them, it's sort of best if you hit them and you keep them up in the air, but that means focusing a lot of your attention on just one guy, like this guy. Or you shoot that off into a group of them, which is kind of not what we did there. I think we got like 2 guys with that. But we cleared them out at the end, and that's what matters. I remember this one being a bit of a puzzle. Don't you have to do something with these in order to open the doors? Or is that later on? That might be later on. This might be as simple as just shooting fire at it. Oh, it is! I don't know. We might have been able to shoot anything at that, and it just didn't occur to me. Not sure. Not funny, says Blood Elf. I'm guessing that's a reference to my kick their ice joke. Look, that was the funniest joke you've heard all day. Don't deny it. You could make the argument that that's just because you don't like spend a lot of time listening to funnier jokes. But I'm going to say that that was just genuine high-class entertainment. And haters going to hate. So Gilliam, Blood Elf, have either of you played this game? Trying to remember. I remember this level being a bit tricky. Like, I got lost a couple of times, but not because the level itself is actually all that complicated, just because I'm real bad at keeping track of where I've been and where I'm going. So I'm going to try to do a better job of that this time around. You had more funny. Are you saying I've been funnier in the past, Gilliam? Because you're not wrong. I'm sure I've made funnier jokes before. You haven't played this game. Blood Elf hasn't played this game either. Oh, wow. So this is really y'all's introduction to all this. Well, that's great. Let me go ahead and tell you right now, since you've never played it, I can assure you that this is probably the best anyone's ever done at it. And you're really never going to see better gaming experience than this, really. I'm kind of a bit of a pro. And I can say that and you wouldn't know any better because neither of you have played it. So I feel pretty confident in just making that statement and letting that hang out there. And of course, if folks comment on the archive otherwise, they're deceivers and you shouldn't listen to them. Shun the non-believers, as they say. And every good cult. Not that this is a cult. Keep in mind, not a cult. Hashtag not a cult. Famously, I've never led or influenced or in any way tried to create any cults before. I believe you. Thank you, Gilliam. That's great. I love that. That's a good move to believe me. That's sort of the first step, is learning to accept everything I say as absolute truth. That's your first step towards enlightenment. Ooh, jeez. Rude. I think Donald just froze her, and that's a pretty good call. Usually Donald's useless in these games, but that was probably one of the rare instances of him doing something useful. This is a Keyblade that is specifically focused more so on magic than anything else, and I don't know if you've noticed, but that's not how I'm using it. I'll come back for that chest later. I'm not too worried about it. I'm not a cult leader, Blood Elf. Stop it. I'm going to stop going through all of these different passages and trying to find treasure, and instead focus on getting to the top, because I already know that later I'm going to come back here and completely explore all this between streams, and it just seems like a bad investment of my time to do it now, and I'm going to come back and do it later. Although, I mean, while I'm here and I've got this chest at the secret passage. How can that be a secret passage, though? Oh, a map. Okay, that was a good call. Although, if you take a look at that map, does that make any sense to anyone watching this? It's just a bunch of stairs. I think we want to constantly be going upward. That's the secret. Our villain is at the top. Well, there's a challenge at the top, we'll say that. I do think there is a mini-boss, if I remember right. There's no Howdy Folks cult, no. There was the Banana Baba, which, as it happens, was a cult created by an artificial intelligence. But I stored him on a hard drive, which I recently smashed in my garage, and he's gone now. And I'm the Banana Baba now. And it's not a cult. It's more like a fruit bowl, a fruit salad of love and patience and understanding. And it's fantastic. And he's gone now because I squished the hard drive. It was good. It was a good time. Big hammer. Probably should have recorded that. That was a big pivotal moment. Oh well, these things happen. Dadgummit. Lucky you. You survived with like one hit. Good on ya. Oh no! Should I interact with this thing? Oh, no? Was that... Do I not need to interact with these things spiking out of the ground? Are they just out to get me in some way? Oh, they're following me. Look at this. Interesting. Is that going to stop once I defeat the final bad guy? Oof. I don't think that's related to being electrocuted. I think these guys are doing all the electrocution. So this is a... No, there isn't any cults. No. No, you can't see the map either? Well, that's because it's behind my head. So... good call. I guess you wouldn't be able to see the ridiculous map behind my face. I've tried mapping out someplace else to put my face, but no matter where I put it, something's going to be obscured, so I'm just going to leave it up here. Because I use the same setup for every game that I play. So as opposed to constantly changing it for every game that I play, I'm just going to let them all be terrible. This is what I was thinking about, by the way, earlier. You grab onto this thing. Yeah, very well spotted there, Donald. You're so observant. I'm so proud.
We can get through now. And I think it opened when Sora rotated that pillar.
Oh, okay. I did just realize that I couldn't see the latest messages because I had the screen slightly scrolled upward. I fixed it now. Put it in the top left. If I put it in the top left, it's going to obscure things that pop up randomly throughout the play. And then in other games, it'll be a hassle. I'm just going to leave it in the top right. Plus, when I look over here at the comments, it kind of looks like I'm looking like in the correct direction for the... You get it. You get what I'm saying here. So this is a very rare instance where we're going to want to go downward. Yeah, thanks for that hot tip there, Goofy. Tell you what I'm going to do. I'm not even going to interact with them. I'm just going to, like, zip my way through here if I can. Just never touch the ground. Just, nah, okay. That's going to get real tiring. My thumbs are going to hurt real bad by the time we get to the bottom of this thing. We'll eventually unlock the ability to fly. That's way later in the game. That's like end-game stuff. But it's a pretty good ability. And once we have that, then we can just fly around places and skip over bad guys. Although I won't do it. If you've watched me play these games long enough, you know I don't... I don't skip. I fight everything. Unless it's... You know, if the stream's been going for a real long time, and I'm sort of running out of patience, maybe I have to go to the bathroom real bad, I'll just start blitzing my way to the end and getting done as quickly as possible. Oh, gosh, these things. Oh, I don't think there's an advantage to fighting everything on these slides, though. Can we just... Should we just... Can we just yeet our way off here? Don't know what the advantage to that was, but it was cool. We got a Mickey. Might as well take a picture. I've already missed so many of these, though. Yeah, this is where we want to be. Just look around you. How can you not want to be in a place as lovely as this? Are these guys more susceptible to fire or ice or anything? It looks like fire hurt him a little bit more than the ice did, but that might just be my imagination. I would try to hit him with thunder, but... Gosh, they're not tightly knit enough for that to do... And it doesn't do as much damage. The big advantage with using thunder, or Thundara, or whatever version of thunder we've got on us at the moment, so you can hit a bunch of them at once, so even if it doesn't do as much damage, it does it, you know, pretty equally. Like right here, we got a pretty good mix of them. They're starting to wander off. Not super clear on what the range is here. All right, I'm going to hold on to that last bit of magic for healing, which I'll inevitably need. It's just going to happen. So, summer is coming up here soon. Either of you looking forward to that? I think we've talked about my feelings on summer before, as a person who does not attend a school and who has a full-time job. Summer to me... Oh, look, we just unlocked Thundara. Speaking of thunder. Summer to me just means it's going to be really hot and my electric bill is going to go up. And it's going to be more miserable to work outside. So I am in no way looking forward to summer. But I know a lot of people who watch my content do definitely, because they either get time off from work in the summer, they don't have to go to school in the summer. So that's good for them, I guess. While performing a combo, press O to to slam enemies towards the ground. Well, that sounds like a fun time. I'll enable that. I'll throw on another combo plus. Appraisal boost. I mean, I don't do reprisals, but sure. We've got the AP for it, so we might as well. Should we check? We might be able to hop over to the shop here. We're sliding around. I'm going to go to the workshop. Thank you. Yes, thank you. Stop. Get out of here. I'm tired of this. And I want to see if we can do any Keyblade forging. So we are still using right now the Ever After. What do we got? Shooting Star. Okay, yeah, we're still using this one. We don't have any Adamantite to level that one up any further. So we'll hop out of there. I wonder, though, if it would be beneficial to level up one of our other Keyblades. If it might, like if we have the materials for it, if we might be able to surpass that one with, let's say, the Starlight Keyblade. What is that? If we level it up, it would be 6/6 versus 5/9. So no. I mean, it would be better for whacking guys over the head. But again, heavy emphasis on magic. When I started this playthrough, I said we were going to focus on magic. And I haven't done a good job of that. But I'm not giving up on it. Oh, wait a minute. This is a puzzle room. What exactly am I trying to line up here? No idea. Well, let's do the next one then, and maybe that'll give us a clue. Is there an exit? Oh, that way. I think we actually just did it by accident. We 100% did. There's this over here, though. That's the way we came in. That's a completely different direction I don't know about. This is the one, this is the path we just unlocked. I think we should probably go this way. Did we save, by the way? I know I stood on the save point and I healed up a bit, but I don't think we did a save. Yeah, there we go. 2321, and it should be now 2350. That would have been bad. Would have been very bad. I can't remember what happens if you die in this game. Does it take you back to the last save point? Or do you respawn somewhere nearby? I can't remember. Okay, well, news about this one. Completely useless to go in here, as all we get is a classic Kingdom game on our gummy phone. So if you want to play a cell phone game, but in a real video game, you can do that. I don't know why you would want to do that. I try to avoid playing cell phone games as is. If I can. If I can avoid it, I will.
There might be something up there.
You're probably right there, Donald and Goofy. You're probably... Oh, it's an ambush is what it is. They did that on purpose. I've got a long-standing theory that they want me to die. That they don't want to kill me themselves, and they don't want to be directly responsible for my death. But they keep putting me in these situations so that hopefully I'll just die, and then one of them can be the Keyblade wielder. Because as we've learned, it's not really that special to be a Keyblade wielder. You meet someone on the street, they probably can either wield a Keyblade or get to a point where they can wield a Keyblade. Are you an Axel? You can wield a Keyblade. Just go to training for it. Is your name Lee, and you want your friends to call you Axel, even though you've been asking them for the last 2 games to call you Lee? You can do that. You can make it happen. So it's a strange world, this one. Oh, I just got spiked. Alright. Let's Mirage Staff this. I do think that the form change on this one is really cool. You can kind of just skate around and hit guys. It's fun. And then, of course, you form a gigantic tower where you rain down terror on everyone below you, which is cool. Huh. Wonder what we should do. Can I avoid the finisher? Because I really don't want to accidentally pop that. Maybe if we activate this thing, it'll disable that finisher. I do believe we have an ability enabled that forces the finisher anytime that countdown comes up. So if I wanted to have more control over it, I could just turn that off. But we'll just go ahead and do this. Why not? Ooh, but maybe we could have run in that room and triggered a cutscene or some bad guys or something. That would have been a smarter idea. Oh well, no turning back now. We've already done it. But the mistake has been made, so we can't go back. So is this the direction we came from? Or is that the direction we just opened up? I don't know. There's a key pointing in that direction, which makes me think that maybe that's the direction we're supposed to go. Yeah, because this is where we came from. Yeah? Yeah, because we climbed up that hole. Follow the keys in the map. That's where we need to go to. This is why I get confused about things. I don't pay attention. Yeah, this is definitely a new area. Oh? Oh! Okay, no, this is what we're supposed to be doing. Never mind then. I was a little bit confused. So this is just like in the Monsters world. Except we don't have anywhere to hide. In the Monsters world, you can go underneath the track and be relatively safe. Here, you either shoot, you jump, or you super slide. Whatever that does. That was very short-lived. Okay. Probably gonna go up there at some point. This seems like a trap. Just seems like too straightforward to run. Yeah. Yeah, that was an ambush. They were waiting for us. Of course they were. These guys are so heartless. I can't trigger the sound effect. Probably good thing too. It wasn't worthy of a sound effect on that one. Gosh, Chad is dead. This is unusual for me. I understand that's not an ideal time to stream this. It's probably why chat is dead. But, I'm assuming you're not actually dead. I think you're all alive and watching this. But hopefully just really distracted with other tasks. Like some of you are probably working on schoolwork. Or breastfeeding a child. I've gotten a comment like that before, probably. I don't know. Hopefully that's what's happening. And that's why none of you were talking. As opposed to all of you having fallen asleep. Although, if I lulled you to sleep, maybe I have a future in ASMR. Who can say? Should we try it? Can you even hear that?
Well, that seemed to lock everything into place.
Is this working? Okay, there you go. ASMR segment. I'm gonna be doing that every live stream now. Just a brief ASMR segment where I flick them some thumbsticks.
This must be the exit.
Yeah, but can we just exit? Or is something about to happen? Do we just run through this orb? That seems too easy. Probably have to interact with this thing in some way. Oh, no, I've just taken us back to the bottom. Right, this is actually we came in this room earlier. And I was like, I don't know what this is all about. Do we just leave then? We don't go to the other corners? I remember this tower taking a lot longer to finish. I'm sure there's other treasure if we go to the other spire tips there. Which I'll do later. But, geez, I remember that taking a lot longer. Maybe I've just gotten that much better at the game. It's possible. It's very possible. The stream's only been going for, what, 40 minutes? We're making excellent time. That's the way I see all of these. Doing a live stream for me is like a journey. And the faster we reach our destination, the better.
Okay, come on.
We're so close to the very first repetitive thing happening. Just you wait. Just you wait and see. Is there safe back here?
From here, we might be able to reach that main.
Hush. Hush, Goofy. Just hush.
We were trapped in.
You want to go back in?
Well, maybe we missed something down there. That's my Donald and Goofy. I know, it's spot on.
We can do it. Come on.
Sora, now is not the time to be encouraging your friends to climb a mountain when we're in the middle of combat. Imagine if they followed through on that one instead of helping us fight. We'd be dead right now. Well, I mean, what are they doing? Let's just watch for a second and see what they're doing. I'm usually so engrossed in combat. They're not doing anything. Where's Goofy going? Okay, he bashed that guy and then got electrocuted. I don't even know what happened to Donald. What are you doing, Donald? What was that? Did you actually hit him or did you just jump in the air? Look at this. Look at this incompetence I'm dealing with. Jeez. Mickey sends them off to help me and I'm doing all the heavy lifting. It's more like Mickey's laid this burden on me. Once in a blue moon, Donald will heal me. But that's very rare. You just leave them behind. You just leave them in a group of enemies, but let's be honest, they would all dead. Also, I think my finisher is, again, about to pop without my wanting it. Oh, it didn't! Okay, I thought that I had something enabled that made that automatically happen. but I guess I'm a crazy person and I don't? Wonder if that's even a real thing that you can unlock. Maybe in a different game. Gosh, pots. So many pots in this game. It's a strange sentence. It's a strange thing to complain about. Cool, though. We got a Guardian's belt. I normally don't swap out my... what would it be? Equipment mid-game, because I spend a lot of time looking at things like the Master's Necklace. I'm like, okay, how does that compete? Or, I guess, Petite Ribbon with the Guardian's belt. And I spend way too much time trying to figure out which would be better. Obviously, what I've got on is better. So that was actually a pretty quick one. I can stick it on Donald or Goofy, though, which is what I normally end up doing with new equipment. Just sticking it on them. I want to try to make them a little bit better, slightly less incompetent and worthless. It's a difficult feat, let me tell you. It's a real challenge, but I try. I always try. Is that where I need to go? Do I drop? Oh gosh. I do have a Thundaga that I want to use, but I have no one to use it on. I kind of don't want to waste it. Oh, it's going away. It's going away. Thundaga! Yeah, it hit nobody. I didn't waste it, though, at the end of the day. That's what matters. So here's another instance of Donald's magic not making sense to me. He can summon... I mean, we can team up and together summon fireworks. The physical fireworks that launch out and hit our enemies. But again, he can't make me a jacket or a coat or a sweater to keep me warm. And I mean, we're doing a fine job staying warm right now. Just Sora running around, he's generating a lot of heat. Fortunately, otherwise we would have frozen to death a long time ago. But how difficult is it to just magic up a jacket? Also, we're about to have Let It Go in this. I don't think I can let that play. I'm gonna have to, like, mute the game. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to mute the game. What else can I do? I don't want to get taken down off of here for letting the music play. I think my video got claimed, even though there's only like a few seconds of the song in it. I can sing it for you if you want me to. Should we just play something different while this is going on? Let me see what else I've got under my music section. We've got something called Cool Vibes. This is a Kevin MacLeod song, I'm sure. Or MacLeod, if you're so inclined, if you want to say it incorrectly. Yeah, this is way better than Let It Go. I can't sing Let It Go to this, though, which is probably good for you folks. If you didn't want to hear me sing Let It Go, this is just distracting enough that I can't really hear the actual tune. They do the whole song in this. They do a whole recreation. Can I skip it? If I can skip it, yeah, we're gonna skip it. I'm sorry if you were enjoying That's Cool Vibes by Kevin MacLeod and Compotech.com. There was no reason to let that keep playing because it was just gonna be like a whole 2 minutes of Let It Go that I couldn't play. Just had to keep on mute.
Elsa? She's different.
And a lot happier, too.
Yeah, unleashing your frustration in icy form is generally pretty liberating. I always feel happy when I build a frozen mountain. Oh, no!
Please don't tell me that you're spying on her now.
We are kind of creeping on her a bit. We just watched her do a whole sing and dance outside.
Don't turn this around on us.
Hey, Xochitl, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. How you doing?
You get all sassy. Okay, I'll admit, Elsa is a person of interest to us. Maybe she's one of the 7 pure lights we need. The new 7 hearts.
They never bring this back up, do they?
Sure, though.
She just sort of mentions this. It's like they've sent her off on some sort of side quest just to keep her out of everyone's hair. It's like, go find the other 7 lights. What are you guys doing? I don't know. It's unclear. The plot was written... They were all drunk. Just go do something else, Larxene. Stay out of the way. Stop sassing at us. No one wants to deal with Larxene's sass. So they send her off on a side quest to find the next 7 pure hearts. She tracks down possibly 1, and then that's just the end of it. They never bring it up again. I mean, that was such a pivotal part of the first game, was finding the 7 princesses of heart, including Alice, who is not a princess, but okay, I get it. You wanted Wonderland in the game, sure. And then they just get to this game, and they're like, Larxene's still doing that. We don't know why. No idea. But here she is. How am I doing? I'm doing very well. I'm confused about the writing and some of the decisions made in this game, like why Donald can't make a sweater. But Xochitl, thank you for asking. That's how I'm doing.
It's her choice to make, not yours.
Also, I love how hammy this actress
Starting to
is.
understand why she gave you the cold shoulder.
With puns, though. And it begins. We just climbed all the way up this mountain. We're about to get blown back off. We're going to have to climb it again. I think we have to climb it 2 more times. That's what is so boring and repetitive about this game. Think about the last level we did, Monstropolis. You start off, you're in the Laugh Factory. You go sliding around, you go in and out of doors. Next thing you know, you're outside and there's a fire. You fight the boss. It's all dynamic. It's all different. This world is just snow and climbing a mountain. And then you get blown off of it, and there's more snow, and you climb the mountain again. Maybe there's something in there about life. I don't know, like a metaphor for life. Maybe it's like that dude that rolled the boulder up the mountain, and then when he got to the top, it rolled off the other side, and then he flew up to the sun, and his wax wings melted. However the story goes, I can't remember. Winter's coming. Winter's here. Elsa brought it with her. Elsa's the real Night Queen. She's got an army of the undead. She's headed to Winterfell. That would have been actually a better episode. Would have enjoyed that more if it was just revealed the Night King is just Elsa.
I think we should
And she killed
probably
everyone.
go check on Elsa.
And make sure Larxene was wrong about her magic.
Yeah, let's go check on the woman that's already expressed no interest in talking to us or being friends with us or having any sort of interaction with us, who made it very clear in her song that she's all alone on top of a mountain and wants it to stay that way. Let's go check on her. We gotta go White Knight this situation. She's up there all by herself. Who knows how much trouble a lady could get into when she's not being supervised, guys? Dun dun. Oh, this. Oh, boy. We're going further down the mountain. I forgot about that. You get knocked down and then you go further down because you gotta escape from avalanche. This is actually kind of fun. Apparently, when you have to redo this many, many times to get the Orichalcum Plus, to build the super sword at the end of the game, it's a bit annoying. Hal was telling me it's a bit of a hassle. But, you know, the one time through for the level is pretty fun. No, I get the idea. I get it. I don't need any directions for this. Oh! Okay, so this does change. So right now you're running away from these guys. But in a bit, it transitions to you're going downhill. That might be later in the level, though. It's been a while. I can't remember the exact order. Oh, we can't heal or anything right now. Oh, no! Oh, I really wish we had healed earlier then. Because there's nothing we can do about this now. I'm just halfway dead, and we're going to have to roll with it. Oh, I don't know how much damage these lasers do either. We are being traced by freaking Dracarys. And there's Khaleesi's dragon, Xochitl says. Oh, right in time. We're thinking the same things. Yeah. Which was, I mean, spoilers for the last season of Game of Thrones, but which one got hit with the ice spear? Was it Viserys? I don't think it was Viserys. I think it was the other one. Not that I can remember all their names. Drogon, Viserys, and Tywin Lannister. Tywin the dragon, you know, got hit in the chest and turned into an icy dragon. And apparently, Elsa the Night Queen got the other two, so we got the whole trio here. They better look out, though. There might be some Hot Topic pirates around here with big old crossbows ready to take them down. Spoiler alert. Just throwing that out there. I have so many things I want to say that are Game of Thrones spoiler related that I know that I shouldn't, and I'm not going to. Just questions that I've got. Like, never mind. You know, it doesn't matter. I cannot see what's happening. How am I supposed to dodge out of the way when it's all just bright white? Oh, you folks, I think this might actually be my monitor's contrast ratio. Looking up at the screen we're capturing on, it's a lot clearer what is happening. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Health? Oh, thank gosh. Oh, but if they're giving us health right in the middle, that means this isn't over yet. Yeah. This is the part where we're looking forward, though, I think. Yes, I'm much more prepared for this. I can do this for sure. Did he just say alt-right when he jumped in the air? Probably not. That doesn't seem likely, does it? Gonna assume he said all right. I don't know. It sounded sus, though. Does anyone know where Haley Joel Osment rests politically? I know that he sees dead people, but I don't know if that accounts for anything. Okay, he definitely said... You know, we'll listen back to the tapes later. We'll listen back to the tapes. Don't want to make any... You know what we could just do is check the closed captioning and see what it says, because I keep forgetting it's down there. It is white, though, and it's on top of a white backdrop of snow. So who could say for sure? Oh my gosh! When Sora says something, it's not captioned, but when Donald says something, it is. Which, of course, means that they're trying to hide something. I don't know what, though. This is way leisurely. This is really relaxing. This is very PS1, PS2 game, though. I feel like every game that involved snow on PS1, PS2 eventually had a sledding or a skiing level on it. Was there sledding in the James Bond game that came out on PlayStation 2? I mean, there was a couple of them. There's one in particular that I had, though, that I remember selling to GameStop when... it was a while ago. It was a long time ago. Probably when GameStop sold PS2 games. I don't think that they do anymore. I'm not sure. But I remember I sold it to him. It was a 007 game. And I went back a few years later. I sold it to them, I think, for $5. And I went back and I bought it again for 79 cents. And it was my exact copy. I picked it up and I looked at it and I thought, no way. But it was my exact copy. It had all the same stickers in the front. I opened it up. It had the same booklet inside of it. I was like, I'm about to buy my own game back from them at a profit. And you know what? No regrets. It was a great game. So at the end of the day, I made $4 off of GameStop and got my game back. A little bit more than that. So that's a solid deal. We're approaching a time in our lives where kids aren't going to be able to do things like that anymore. Because GameStop's not going to exist. And I mean, I guess modern incarnation of GameStop, good riddance, right? It's really gone downhill. I was telling someone this the other day, but when I was a kid, GameStop was the coolest place. Because you'd go in there, and this was back before they decided they were only going to do the modern, newest systems. So, you know, I'm talking early 2000s, you go in there, and yeah, they've got all the new stuff. The PS2 and the Xbox and the GameCube, you know, all the modern-day consoles at the time. But they also had just up on the walls, N64s, just wrapped up with a couple of controllers and a Mario Kart. And, you know, they were just selling that as like a big lot. And then you could pretty much just walk up to them with any game you had and they'd take it. You know, it was such a cooler place to go as a kid. I remember going in there to get my Game Boy Advance SP. And this was back when this was when the downfall really started. The GameStop I used to go to in the Woodlands, which was this massive store. And again, they had all of these consoles in shrink wrap up on the wall. These huge collections. It was really cool. They had to move locations. And then they moved to a smaller store that was... It just didn't have the same vibe. And obviously they had to downsize, so they got rid of all the cool stuff up on the walls. And all they sold was like brand new systems and brand new games. And they had a few used things, and that was when they finally started, you know, really starting to heavily push the pre-orders. And it just became more annoying to interact with people there than it was to, you know, buy things. Because before you go in there, you shop, they'd ask if you needed help. You'd say no, you'd browse, you buy your game, you have a conversation with the guy behind the counter. That was it. Now you walk in there like, hi, are you here to pre-order this game? No, I'm not. I'm just walking in the door. I just want to browse. Well, what about this game? It's also available for pre-order. I don't pre-order games, thank you. I'm just here to browse. Well, can we interest you in this GameStop exclusive pin? It says GameStop on it. We don't have any in the store, but you can pre-order one. No, GameStop. I'm leaving now. I'm going to Target. At Target, I have to track someone down to give me the game. You know, there's no one hanging out around there. But when I ask them to come and get the game out, they'll do it and they don't try to sell me anything else, and then I get 5% off with my red card. So that, or I'll buy it on Amazon. I do that sometimes too. Sometimes Amazon will have like a pretty good deal for if you pre-order a game. And there's some games that I know I'm going to buy, regardless of how good or bad it is, just for the channel. If there's a good deal on the pre-order on Amazon.
Look at all the pretty colors.
Oh,
There's
no.
blue
Here we
and
go.
green. Ooh, I love green.
Here
And
we go.
look, black. Ah! Just like my buttons. Hmm?
Olaf is my least favorite character in this film,
My foot.
and is one of my least favorite Disney characters. He is useless. He does nothing for the plot. He in no way advances the story. He in no way benefits the characters. He doesn't add anything interesting to the lore. He exists to sell plush toys and be annoying. His song is useless. Every other song in the movie has a purpose. It pushes an idea. It progresses the story. Olaf's song is just funny because he's a snowman and he's going to melt in the summer, but he doesn't know it. Buy the toys on your way out. We've got literally a stand set up on your way out of the theater to sell you these. I hate him. I hate him as a character. I hate what he does in the story, and I hate everything he represents. He's worthless. I like the actor, though. The voice actor's a cool guy. He's good in other things.
Well, maybe we'll see him again.
And he's good in this, too. I can't say that he doesn't do a good job bringing the character of Olaf to life. I just wish that he hadn't. I wish that Olaf was dead and never existed. I wish that he'd come up in a design phase early on when they were plotting and scripting, and someone said no, and then just stabbed the piece of paper up on the wall with a pin, and then just scratched him out, and the movie would be a lot better without him. And that's just me, though. Everybody else, they love Olaf. Olaf's the greatest. He's my brand new movie. Olaf is the Minions of the Disney universe. They even made him into Minions in the We're Sick and It's Summertime Frozen 20-minute special thing or whatever it was, where they have a bunch of little snow balls made from Elsa sneezing or whatever the plot of that was. God, I hate him. I just... Ugh. And he's the worst in this game, too, because he falls apart and we have to go collect his pieces. It's all coming back to me now, and I'm really dreading it. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. Why? Why? We are playing this world to get through this world. That's the only reason we're here.
Oh, I can't wait to meet Elsa. I bet she's the nicest, warmest, best person ever.
Wow! See? I told you! A walking, talking snowman!
This shouldn't be impressive to you, Sora. This is not the first time you've seen something like this. Think of the things you've seen in your life. You went to a world where the flowers were alive, and if you shot them with a certain spell, they would drop a potion.
I guess.
Did you forget Alice in Wonderland?
Hello.
Hi, Anna.
Olaf, are these your
My favorite Disney princess. The most adorable of the
Don't
princesses.
know anyone blue, green, or who's oddly spiky.
Spiky? My hair?
Your hair is very spiky.
Wait, why don't I get a color too? My name is Sora.
And I'm Donald Duck.
Oh,
And I'd be Goofy the Green.
I'm Anna. And I know they're strangers, but they seem pretty nice to me.
This is Anna's big character flaw. She's too trusting of strangers. I'm surprised she hasn't fallen in love with and proposed to Sora here. Can't even speak. I'm so frustrated right now with everything happening here.
And to do that,
Oh, we're about to get the weirdest cutscene in the entire game. Any second now, she's going to sit down, and Do You Want to Build a Snowman is going to play in the background of her trying to have a conversation. And it's the worst thing ever. And we're going to have to skip it because of copyright issues with the song playing in
What's going on around here?
She can't. She can't. It's going to be done really poorly.
Your sister might be.
I'm hating this level with every passing second.
are you sure?
What is this? I'm getting a phone call.
All right. I know we just met, but Sora, was it? I get the feeling that you're someone to trust.
I'm right there with you.
I just hope you like long stories.
Sure.
You know, I should go find some moss for Sven. He's looking a little hungry. Come on, Sven.
hey, wait, what's going on? Tell me, is something happening?
Come on, Olaf. You're with me.
Sure, Sven. Reindeer Sven too?
The reindeer is Sven.
Oh, how fun!
We have to skip it. I'm sorry. I know. It's... No. Oh. No, this is the part we have to skip. Yeah. It's just her explaining her and her sister's story. If you've seen Frozen, you've seen this scene. You've heard it with the full song. It's terrible.
Please, I know you're in there.
Oh, she's still gonna sing.
People are asking where you've been.
I guess we'll let this one be. There's no music in the background. There's no backing track. so we should be fine. Also, I'm talking over it pretty loudly, so I would be surprised if this got picked up by anything. But this is going to be a great role, like a big skadoosh-tink comedy role, when I play this scene and me talking about it not being caught, and then immediately flashes to the screen of all of my YouTube channels being taken down because of this, and my Twitch account. And you know what? We're not even multi-streaming right now. We're not on the other one. What is the other one? Mixer, but that's probably going to get banned too. My Twitter account's going to get taken down. The Discord server's going to be shut down. Don't mess with the mouse. That's the lesson at the end of the day. Don't take those kind of risks.
And I think maybe that's why she looks so sad.
No, I think she looks sad because she feels ostracized from reality. Don't bring this back to you. It's not always about you, Sora.
Push me away to protect me. Maybe Elsa's the same. If anyone can help her, it's you.
Huh? Thanks.
Hey guys, I need some help.
No. Let him be in multiple pieces. It hurts nothing. Do you remember this part of the story? You guys seen Frozen?
A stick problem?
It's not a stick. Well, it is a stick, but it's Olaf's arm. He's fallen apart again.
Again. Apparently this has happened before. Useless character.
Oh, it's no big deal. He's a snowman. We'll just put him back together.
Could you make Olaf bigger by applying more snow? Like, is his body defined, and it is the shape that it is, and if you put more snow on it, it'll just fall off? Or can you, like, remove Olaf's head and set it aside, and then build up his body really big and put his head back on, and he can control all of that? Because it seems like in the movie, that's not what happens. Oh gosh, she's taunting me.
Yep, that's Olaf's voice.
Yeah, he's taunting us.
Up above the waterfall.
I'm doing that, Goofy. I'm on my way. That looks a bit like his body. No, it doesn't. I'm looking at his body over there on the left. That's definitely not.
I'm over this way.
Hush, Olaf.
But I can definitely hear his voice.
Also not his body, but that might be amusing. We could probably build him up real wrong if we wanted to. We don't, though. We want to get this done as quickly as possible. What have we got over here? That's definitely a part of his body. Yeah, it definitely is. So we've got that piece. That's the middle piece. Now we're looking for the lower piece with the 2 dots on it. As well as his face. I guess we have to put his head back on. I would prefer to leave his face just here in the forest. Out of sight, out of mind. What is this? Oh, I bet you he's inside of this thing. Yeah.
Hi, Sora.
Hi.
There you are. I was starting to think nobody'd ever come along and find me.
Well,
See, that raises the question again, though. Why didn't that entire ball of snow turn into his head?
Oh, I think I might have seen Olaf's leg in it.
Look at that. Got him. Oh, that was quick and easy. But if he was rolled up in that ball, why didn't his eyes just kind of pop out the top? Can he not be built upon? Can he not be improved? He is improved later. She creates another, better ice monster that is superior to Olaf in every way. And is a monster. And is a better character. And has a better influence on the story.
You sure something's not missing?
He does look kind of ridiculous without the carrot.
Wow.
But is that just because that's how we're used to seeing him? He looks duck-like. Like he's got a bill.
The one Anna gave me.
Sora, do you have his nose?
I don't think so.
Well, didn't see it.
It's just a carrot. We can find another carrot.
Sven.
Should have just chewed it up while you had the chance.
Someone had to pick it up.
You're right, buddy. Thanks for finding it and not actually eating it.
Also, can we talk about how
You're welcome.
he's actually insane? I don't think he's joking around when he makes the sound of the elk, moose, whatever he is, talk. Reindeer, I guess. I think he is crazy.
I'm not sure.
He thinks that is the reindeer talking.
Well, they were more like monsters. They just crashed into Olaf.
I knew it.
The heart was again.
Yeah,
I really like this movie. I have nothing against this movie. I'm hating on it real hard right now. I don't hate anything in the movie except for Olaf and this entire level in this game. And it's got some redeeming bits, but it is the weakest in the game. And probably in all of the games. I'll have to do a complete replay of the entire series before I can say that definitively. But that's how I'm feeling right now.
What?
Alright. Okay, let's just blast them all with lightning if we can. Oh my gosh, we can. We've nearly done it, friends. We've nearly done it. Okay. Good job, team. Very good job. Let's hit him with air. And then there's just the one. Bravo. Bravo. Reg Dixon says, Sora dies. He does, it's true.
We better catch up.
He definitely does. What a twist. Nah, if I hadn't already played this, you might have gotten me just then. Because that does seem like the sort of last minute... Where do I go from here? Last minute twist of the game, Sora dies. I mean, he dissolves into nothingness. Spoiler alerts for the end of the game. I don't think he's dead, though. Not dead. I mean, he's Kingdom Hearts dead. No one's ever really gone. Kingdom Hearts is a bit like Star Wars. No one's ever really gone. No one's ever really gone. Kairi dies? She does, but she Kingdom Hearts dies, you know? In the way that no one's ever really gone. She comes back at the end, and I think Sora pays for it with his life, is what I think is implied. We'll find out in Virum Rex or Kingdom Hearts 3.5 Final Mix Prologue Recoded, or whatever the game is called. Where are you guys going? Team? Oh, I didn't even see these two up here. Nicely spotted. See, usually Donald and Goofy don't do anything worthwhile, but I'll give them that. Now, if you thought that we're done now, and we climb up the wall here, and we're going to get back to the top of the mountain, and that'll be the end of it. No. I'm pretty sure we do get bowled off the mountain one more time, and we have to climb it one more time.
Me too. We better skedaddle.
You better be joking. I was kidding. Have you not seen the end of the game before? Reds, have you not? Oof. Spoilers, I guess. Spoilers. Yeah, no, look. Who can say what happens at the end of the game, really? So now I feel weird. Kairi dies? I wouldn't say Kairi dies. I would just say she suffers a temporary bout of non-existence. How about that? You're on the last world! Well, clearly I'm trolling you. That's not a real thing that happens. No. You better be joking right now because I feel awkward and like a bad person. Reds, I apologize unless, of course, this is a continued gag from you, which I'm really hoping it is. Oh, Shrek, I just fell right off of there. Yeah, I already played through the game from my YouTube channel. This is sort of a second playthrough. Just on Twitch to react to things together. I started it before Critical Mode was released. Otherwise, we would be doing that instead. Probably should have gone back. We weren't that far into it. We probably should have gone back and just started a Critical Mode playthrough. It's okay, though. We'll get to it. Not joking. I'm in the Graveyard of Keys. Oh, well, you don't have much time to wait, then. Hey, you've got some really fun boss fights ahead of you. I'll tell you that. Just, play the game. And, you'll be surprised. We'll say that. No matter what you've heard me say here today, I promise there's going to be stuff you don't see coming. It's so bad. Like I said, Kairi, she doesn't really die. She just experiences, as they say in the Star Wars trailer, no one's ever really gone. Right? Just about to stream it when I saw you... is there secret bosses? Yes, but I haven't done... I know you can go back to the key graveyard. I'm pretty sure there's something you can fight there. But I couldn't tell you exactly what it is because I didn't do it. Immediately after my playthrough, I just stopped playing. and started up a second stream playthrough, so I don't really know what there is in sort of the end game. We're going to find out together, though, here in a couple of days when we wrap this up. I guess probably sometime next week. If we're going to do this now, on Thursday we'll do Pirates, and Saturday we'll do Big Hero 6. And I think we'll split the end game up between next Tuesday and Thursday. So after that, we'll do some end game stuff. We'll see what there is. There's got to be some secret bosses, though, I assume. I could ask Hal Rondo. I'm pretty sure he would know definitively. I know that there is a secret gummy ship boss that you can fight, like an optional gummy ship boss, that I'd be very interested in trying, because I know I didn't do it the last time I played through the game, so I definitely want to do that. But as far as, you know, regular combat bosses, I don't know. Also, this is the wrong thing to do. I've fallen on my face like a fool. Where do I go when I get up here? Let's take this one step at a time. There you go. And then from here... What, just this way? Oh, gosh! What am I doing wrong? Nobody panic. Are you affiliated? I just got affiliated? I am affiliated, and also, congratulations! That is really cool. Welcome to the fun party, the fun affiliation group party, awesomeness and fun times. Welcome to the club, I guess. Is it a club? I mean, we don't get club jackets or anything like that, so we should probably form a club. Oh, Shrek. Not another one of these things. Alright, no, you know what? It's just the one, so it shouldn't be that big of a challenge. Should be able to just blitz our way through this. Yeah, I got affiliation. I technically unlocked it a little over a year ago, but then for the longest time I was using not Restream. What is it called? Is it Restream? I can't remember what the service is called. I was streaming to multiple platforms at once, so I couldn't accept the affiliation offer because you can't do that. You can't restream. You have to have 24-hour exclusivity with Twitch as an affiliate. So I didn't do it for the longest time. But then I finally decided to do it because I kind of like streaming on here better than Mixer and YouTube. And I decided, yeah, you know, I can still do YouTube streams, just not at the same time as the Twitch streams. I'm going to go ahead and do it. So I did. Now I'm an affiliate. And I feel like if I streamed more regularly and had an actual channel schedule, we might get partnership. But I'm not doing that. I just literally stream when I have time. I announce it on the Discord. Sometimes people join, and sometimes people have lives and work. And I just get a lot of replies, like I did this time, from people telling me, "Ugh, Reese, why now?" It seems like that happens... That's the #1 reply I get when I start a live stream and I announce it on my Discord is, "Ugh, Reese, why right now? I'm eating dinner, I'm out with the family, I'm at work, I'm doing school." I just can never get a time that's good for everyone. Saturday morning is probably the best, though. I think that most of the time... the big streams with the most views are on Saturday morning or on YouTube. If I do a Minecraft stream on YouTube, those are sort of the bigger streams. But that is YouTube and that is Minecraft, and that's a completely different kind of ball game. Oh my gosh, Donald, I don't know what you did to stop that guy just then, but I'm impressed. Hold on, can we get like a group of them together for this? Oh, dadgummit. What are they doing down there? Here we go. This is at least 2 of them we're going to grab with that. It's not going to kill them, frustratingly. You know what we never do? Shot locks. Probably because they've been severely nerfed. Made $18 revenue in 4 days. Hired someone to make an emote. Love You 3000 is currently pending. Oh my gosh, what just happened? Hey! Thank you for joining the channel. Buy a face cam? That's all cool stuff there, Reds. That's really cool stuff. Well, congratulations on your earnings. What kind of face cam are you thinking about getting? I have, from experience, I can tell you the C920. I mean, everyone's going to tell you this, but C920 is a really solid option. I think it looks really good. It's pretty versatile. Also, what do you stream? Like, what games do you stream? I'm assuming Kingdom Hearts 3. As you were talking about that, and I spoiled the end of it for you. But you have no schedule either. I think that that's sort of the one thing that's holding me back the most, is that I don't have a schedule. And I think that you know, if I was taking this a little bit more seriously. I've tried to make one in the past. My only problem with making a definitive schedule is, for some reason, people expect you to stick to it. Yeah, I don't know why that is. It's really hard with my job. My job, you know, I never know. I have a full-time job, and the way that my job works, I'm never too sure when I'm going to work in the morning, and I'm never too sure when I'm getting home at night. So trying to plan streams for the weekdays is just an unfeasible nightmare. You know, of trying to say that I'll definitively start at this time and end at this time. Unless I set it for really late. You know, I could always say that I'm definitively streaming 8 to 11, and I could probably hit that every night. But that would also be the worst of me. I would be super exhausted, and I don't think I would be very talkative. I don't know if that would really be good times for most of my audience anyway, since very few of them seem to live in my time zone. And that would be either, well, earlier in the morning for the East Coast, I guess, and really late or for the West Coast, earlier in the morning and really late for the East Coast. Am I saying this correctly? West Coast, it would be earlier. Nah, too late for the East Coast. That's what I'm trying to say. Gosh darn it, words are hard sometimes. Structuring sentences is not my strong suit. Probably shouldn't be live streaming with an issue like that. That's a big old comment there. I'm going to try to read that here in just a second, Reds. I'm trying to also not die, though. That was a clean victory. Alright, we're going to turn around and see how Donald and Goofy do fighting this guy. Goofy, he's trying at least. I'll give him that. Okay, he needs help, though. Should we just let him roll on down the hill? We got him. Useless. Continue to be useless. Play Edith Finch. It has Edith Finch has less than 100 viewers, and it's a beautiful 2-hour game. I played it earlier. Pulled in the most views I've ever had. Pulled in 39 viewers. That's pretty good. That's very good. That's quite a few. I've always heard good things about that game. Trying to get a cheap one. Only 16. I started YouTube when I was 19, and I started Twitch much later. And arguably, I'm still very bad at it. But that's a really good start. I think it really benefits you if you start earlier and a bit younger, like you are right now. Because as an old man in my mid-20s, adapting to all this newfangled technology has been a real hassle for me. I mean, all of these controllers have different buttons in different places. That's a bit of a joke. It does get confusing, though, because both, I mean, they've got different buttons on them, but the Xbox and the PlayStation controllers, this is your affirmative button, this is your back button. And the problem is, I mostly play on PC. I have since 2013 primarily played on PC. And then when I'm not playing on PC, I mostly play on the Switch. And on the Switch, A and B are reversed. So anytime I go from playing mostly PC, mostly on the Switch, when I go to something like this on the PlayStation 4, I have to mentally reprogram my brain which button is affirmative and which one is negative. And in gameplay, it doesn't matter. It's mostly an issue in menus. If you watch any of my streams, you'll know I have a big problem with opening a menu and then immediately exiting out of it, because it turns out O is not the affirmative. I have a Japanese PlayStation 3, though, where O is okay and X is no. So it's the same layout. You know, the positive and negatives are in the same place as on the Switch. So they sort of align with A and B a little bit better, which is very useful for me. But I don't play a lot of PlayStation 3 games. So the very few times that's come up, it's been good. What remains of Edith Finch? Yeah. I've never played Journey either. It's one of those things. I've heard of both of those games. Journey I've heard a lot more about, though. That, you know, I kind of make a mental note. I need to play this someday. And then there's just so much coming out all the time. And unlike when I was a kid, when I was a lot younger, I didn't have the money to buy games. So whatever game that I saved up for and got was the game that I played for the next year of my life. I remember when I got the original Battlefront 2, I played that game on the PlayStation 2 non-stop, constantly, for years. And that's not even an exaggeration. I plugged it in the other day and turned it on when my brother was here. It's been a while now, but we just went right back into it. And I found myself wondering, why did I ever stop playing this game? I have it on the PC too. I think it was on sale the other day for a couple of dollars on Steam, the original Battlefront 2. And, you know, games like TAC, I bought the original TAC games, and I played those through to like 100% completion. Because that's the game I had. You know, that's the one game that I had. I wasn't getting a new game anytime soon. So I just played the mess out of it. I have to play this game. This game is so beautiful. We're talking about What Remains of Edith Finch? Okay. I'll certainly look into it.
Wait for me!
Back down the mountain we go. Again, this is what's so annoying about this level, is the repetitive nature. You go up the hill, you go down the hill. You go up the hill, you go down the hill. We're pretty close to the end now, though. And the best thing about this world is that it leads into two of my favorite worlds from this entire game. I love the Pirates of the Caribbean world, and I love the Big Hero 6 world. I kind of wish the entire game was a bit more like the Big Hero 6 world. I like open world games. I know not everyone does, and especially, you know, every game coming out now seems to feel the need to be a big open world game. But I really like them. I kind of wish that this wasn't open world, that it did have all of its different zones, but the individual zones were a bit more open, in the same way that, kind of like at the beginning of the game, you go to Olympus, and it's a bit more open. The linear paths and the hallways, I mean, that's mostly what these games are. It's just linear hallways. And they made a lot more sense on, you know, the PlayStation 2, because that's just sort of what you kind of had to do with games back then. But I don't know. I was sort of hoping this world would have the individual worlds and they'd be their individual levels. But this game would have more... Oh my gosh, we would get so owned right now if we were playing on critical. Oh yeah, we can whip them with a tree, though. Do I have to do anything here? Or is this... I don't know if there's any benefit to waiting that long to whack him, but well, there you go. I kind of hoped that the worlds themselves would be a little bit bigger and a little bit more open, while still being separate. You know, sort of a hybrid. But then again, maybe that would make for a terrible game. We know what we're getting into with this formula. We know we're going to like it. You know, maybe if they try something new, we won't. That's why I always say, be afraid of change, right? That's what all the cool kids say. By the way, reminding myself constantly that the health bar is currently obscured for you folks. In case you were curious, he is currently in massive armor mode, which is a mode that I forgot about. Oh gosh. Is there something I'm supposed to do here? Blasting him with ice is definitely not it. Oh my gosh, don't die. Don't die. Don't die. Please don't die. Just, here we go. Maybe this will do it. Shot lock him. Oh yeah, that did it. That did it real good. Okay, let's hit him with this. Did he just launch off into the sky? Is this still going to damage him even though he's in the sky? I wasn't paying enough attention to how much health he had, so I'm not sure. He's nearly dead, though. We should have, while we had a full magic gauge, gotten Ralph out and tried to just hit him in the face with that. That might have been effective. We've only done the tree trick once, though. Oh, Shrek, he's dead. We did it. We got Blizzara. Blizzara is not super useful for this world, as all of the enemies are mostly, you know, frozen, ice-based, but it's solid for later on. And the flying guys, you can still knock them out of the sky with that, so it's pretty good. You play it again here pretty soon. That's cool, Reds. That's cool. If you like a game that much, that's really solid. See you next time. My favorite world is Pirates. Frozen and Big Hero 6. Wow, so Pirates is actually one of your favorite worlds. Wow, okay. Alright. It takes all kinds, you know? It takes all time. But yeah, I'll see you next time. Be streaming this again on Thursday at some point. So thank you for the follow, and yeah, have good luck with your stream there. Have fun playing it. Thanks for tuning in. Hope that you've enjoyed the dead chat. Thank you for making the chat more lively.
100 times.
At least he recognizes that falling out of the mountain is a hassle. At least Sora himself admits this is not ideal.
No, thank you! Do you think everybody else made it?
I don't think the snow monster got him.
That probably went back.
Doesn't the snow monster have a name? I think we've discussed this before.
We still need to talk
Spike
to
or
Elsa.
something. Hold on.
Second time
What is
for
the
job.
snow monster's
back to the
name?
Ice Palace.
Frozen. Marshmallow. Yeah, his name is Marshmallow.
Snowman wasn't too friendly, huh?
No, he wasn't, Sora. Very well observed.
But he sure does seem to have some kind of connection to Elsa.
Well, she made him. She made Marshmallow. And now we have to go toast the marshmallow. This is the opposite of the direction we need to be heading. We're heading downhill. We need to be going up the mountain. Ugh. See you later, man. See you later. You enjoyed Toy Story? I also enjoyed Toy Story.
I think that's a lucky emblem.
Where? Okay, well, we're going to move along there because I don't see a lucky emblem. I don't know what he's talking about. I'm sure it's up there. I'm not going to say Sora's crazy, but I certainly didn't see it. Is this the direction we need to go? This also looks like a dead end. Ah, but there's a chest. And then it got real quiet without Reds. Is Gilliam and Blood Elf still with us? Let's see. Let's check who's in the chat. Chat. How do you check who's in the chat? I know there's a way to do that, but I don't know how. Oh, here we go. Is it this button? Blood Elf is still with us. Gilliam is still with us. Reds is apparently still with us. Zochill. Walker Hound. Are these people who are in the chat? Because it shows more people in the chat than I think are actually in the chat. And I don't know a lot of these people. I don't want to read their names out loud if they haven't been chatting, because I don't know if they're trying to like lay low or something. Walker Hound, hi. You just got here. Good, happy to hear it. Welcome to the stream. Are Blood Elf and Gilliam still with us? Are they just lying low? You gave blood today. Well, that's very, very kind and noble of you. How did that go? Did you pass out? Hopefully not. And did they give you a cookie? Is that a thing they do? I know in some places they'll give you a cookie when you give blood. Also, what is your blood type? Just out of curiosity. You don't have to answer that if you don't want to, obviously. I don't want to pressure you or anything. It's been years. Okay, now wait a minute. What direction? Is this the direction I'm supposed to be going? Oh, I am supposed to be running down the mountain. Okay. O plus? Oh, okay. O plus. I guess now's as good time as any to announce to strangers on the internet that I don't know what my blood type is. I had some blood work done a few years ago, and I'm pretty sure the information was on the blood work that they gave me. And I remember reading it and thinking, okay, I need to remember that. I don't, though. I don't remember at all. So, you know, hopefully that's never something I need to know in a pinch. I'm glad you do, though. I'm glad you do. Oh, yeah, Walker Hound is a patron supporter. Very much appreciated. Is there still a link on the channel to Patreon? I've been thinking about that, and I haven't updated the links on the Twitch viewing page recently. You took the kids and they had fun watching you get stuck twice. Oh, man. Kids are into that sort of thing. Kids have a weird, morbid curiosity with blood and whatnot.
Elsa.
Had trouble finding the vein. That's not what you want to hear. when you're giving blood to... Oof. Oof. Ooh, you okay? Did they give you like a nice Band-Aid? Did you get a Kingdom Hearts Band-Aid?
Don't think so.
Or perhaps... I'm trying to remember. I'm pretty sure I got an Elsa Band-Aid when I had my blood work done. Not even joking. I know it might sound like I'm saying that to tie it all together, but I'm pretty sure it was an Elsa Band-Aid.
Darkness?
Which I'm okay with.
Let's move.
Well, I mean, I wish it had been Anna. At least it wasn't Olaf, though. So we're not going back up the mountain anymore. We're leaving the mountain. Thank goodness. See, I know we've got a boss fight coming up here. I think it's against a giant wolf for some reason. Are there wolves in the movie? Oh, there are! There are wolves in the movie. I forget about that. That is the thing that happens pretty early on. Don't they get chased by wolves when they're inside of Kristoff and Sven's cart? Is that his name, Kristoff? I can throw a pic up on Discord if you want to see the bandage. I mean, it sounds weird, but yeah, kind of a little bit, if you wouldn't mind. I'm very curious.
There. Light.
It's cute. The kids wanted bandages too. I don't think I own any bandages here at my house. You know what I have is when I get myself, I have some gauze and I have some tape that I had when what was happening? I cut my foot open or something and I bought all that. And anytime I need a bandage, that's just what I use. It's effective. It's maybe a bit wasteful and it's a bit much, but it gets the job done. I keep meaning to buy Band-Aids. I keep meaning to buy paper towels. These are two things that I don't think about at the store. I need to go grocery shopping, though. I gotta buy food. Maybe this weekend when I go grocery shopping, my usual weekend grocery shop, I'll remember to get paper towels. I could remind myself. I could create a shopping list. I guess. I'm not a real big shopping list type, though. My brain usually... I can't think of what I want to add to the list. I just kind of make up some ideas while I'm at the store. I'm like, oh yeah, I could eat a sandwich. I could eat some ramen. But then I end up with, food that's too much of a hassle to make. And I don't end up making it. It just sits in the fridge for a really long time. Maybe I should plan out my meals better. That might be smarter. Maybe I should, line item. Okay, this is what I'm going to have for breakfast on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And then shop around that list. It makes a lot more sense than just having boxes of bars. You know what I mean? Because I currently have, for breakfast every morning, just some sort of peanutty oat bar because I can just fill the fridge with those and then I never have to worry about what I'm going to eat. Just grab one on my way out. It's in the Patreon lounge. Good. I bought bacon and eggs the other day because I thought to myself I'd like to have bacon and eggs for breakfast. And I never seem to wake up quite early enough to make bacon and eggs before I have to go to work. But maybe tomorrow, because I think we're heading out a little bit later tomorrow, to my understanding. So I'm going to try to make bacon and eggs and actually put my bacon and eggs to good use because I love bacon and eggs. Classic American breakfast food. I like sausage more, but sausage is a bit fattier than bacon. I mean, bacon's no health food, but you eat 2 granola bars for breakfast every morning? Yeah, same. Same here. Granola bars are where it's at. Or whatever, peanut and oat bars, I think is what I just called them a second ago. Peanut and oat bars. Very classic combination, peanuts and oats. Actually, my brother makes oatmeal and puts a scoop of peanut butter in it. Or he used to, I don't know. He went through this weird phase where he was eating all these super healthy, high-protein breakfasts all the time. And that was the sort of stuff he ate. It was just make a bowl full of oats, put some peanut butter in it, and a scoop of protein powder, and then off to the gym. He doesn't quite eat like that anymore. but he is still huge and ripped and in great shape. And are we headed in the right direction? Do I want to go uphill from here? I don't want to head downhill from here to the save point. I don't know. Should we go save? I don't actually know where we want to go right now. Is this where we came from? I cannot remember. This is the direction we're going in. We're heading to the foothills. If there's bad guys spawning down here, then it's probably the direction we want to go in. Also, I don't know if you've noticed, but we added Marshmallow to our party, and he's not doing much. He's just standing there watching us fight, which is annoying.
I know what to do.
I don't know what to do, Sora. Nobody panic. I'm sure this is fine. Sure, it's not a problem. Just gonna... There we go. We're back. I don't know what happened there. My assumption is that usually what happens there is I bump a button on my keyboard and my computer starts up and automatically switches input. But I didn't bump any keys on my keyboard. It might have been coming up for like an update or something. I was real confused. I looked down. I was like, I'm nowhere near any of the buttons. I'm not doing anything wrong this time. This one time. It seems like that does happen about once per stream, though, is I'll reach over and, like, tap a button. Real sorry about that. Hey! That is how bits work, Walker Hound. There you go. Thank you very much for your bits. I think if you use 100 bits, it reads out your message, which can be fun and annoying, depending on, you know, what people put on there. I think it reads out emojis, too, because we have had people read off, like, banana, 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 banana. All I had was 5. I appreciate all 5 of those. I think that puts you in first place, too, on the leaderboard, because the leaderboard refreshes. I think it refreshed yesterday. So congratulations, you are in the lead. You're not the stream boss, though. Nate still has quite a few HP. Is Nate still with us? Nate joined earlier.
We're not going back.
I'm going to check the chat
She's
room
with her
again.
true love.
Kristoff!
See, I don't know how up-to-date this is.
You alright?
Because I see Blood Elf in here.
I'm glad you guys are safe.
I see Gilliam. I see Xochitl. I assume that they're there. I see, again, a lot of people that I don't know who they are. Can I click on them? What happens?
She's back at
Oh, you can.
Huh? Something happened?
But what? Who are these?
Anna was struck in the heart.
If you're watching my live stream and you're not talking to me, why? Why aren't you chat with me? I'm here for conversation. This is a social thing. We're all here together. Walker Hound gets the idea. Never used them before. I just figured out how to watch ads. Well, look, I appreciate the bits. Thank you for figuring them out.
No, I just keep her from getting.
They turned it on and left. I do that sometimes.
Oh, but
I appreciate the views, I guess. You know? It's easy to complain about a lack of interaction, but I do appreciate the views.
What? Anna.
Okay, so my number of viewers just dropped, but it still says there are certain users in the chat room.
is that where Elsa is?
How does Twitch work? I've been using Twitch for a couple of years now, and I still don't understand how it works.
Elsa and Anna
It's
might
confusing. It's confounding. I'm mad. I'm irritated. It's fine, though. It's fine.
Storm's getting worse.
Oh, it's this level. We gotta hide behind rocks so we don't get blown away in a storm. I say level. We're on the same level we've been on. But it's this particular part of it. This is a bit frustrating.
Must be someplace we can use this.
Yeah, thanks, guys. I figured that much out. Oh, jeez. This is a weird level design. Everything in this level is just weird. You can't sprint or anything. Well, I mean, it's a Kingdom Hearts game. Of course you can't sprint. But you can't roll or anything either. I turn you on intending to watch and have to deal with kids? Look, it's all good. It's all good. I do like the social interaction. You know, I like when people chat with me. But I understand that, you know, sometimes things get in the way. And at the end of the day, I do appreciate you having it tuned in, if nothing else. As I talk to you, my son is telling me about how he's infected the whole world with a virus in a video game. Is he playing... is he playing Plague Inc.? Because, congratulate him for me. That's a good one. Did Goofy just blow away? He did! Oh, man, this is a savage storm. Yes? Walker Hound's son, congratulations on spreading your virus throughout the known world. That's quite the accomplishment. That's a fun game. Real morbid, but very fun. We should stream that someday. Nothing says a fun social time stream like wiping out humanity with a virus. It'll be fun. We're going to leave. I'm going to go ahead and get that chest. I don't want to have to come back here to this particular area. He's 8 and he likes morbid things. I think that's true of a lot of kids around that age. I don't know what it is exactly, but I'm pretty sure I was like that around 8. Well, I know I was. All right, you. Can you help me? Can you help me, big guy? I don't want to get blown away by any more storms.
Look, he's protecting us from the storm.
Very well spotted there. Yeah, of course we can. We're fighting our way down this mountain.
The storm's died down.
I think we're about to see the end of Frozen.
Elsa are okay.
Hurry!
Didn't you just fight him? I did, yeah. You know, it's one of those classic fight the bad guy, befriend the bad guy things. You seen Batman v Superman? They fight each other for a bit and then they're mates. What else does that happen in? It happened a lot in Avengers Infinity War. You know, you have random characters trying to kill each other and then they determine they're friends. You didn't... No, it was just like a brief moment of, oh, he looks sad. Yeah, we just beat him up, but he looks sad. Let's befriend him. We'll figure this out together.
Elsa.
Never forget when you're watching this movie that this is happening just off screen. Also, I found this really funny for some reason right here. Not this. This is heroic and everything, but... he just flips around and face plants. Oh, man. I don't remember it being like that in the movie. It is ridiculous looking here, though. It's also a tragedy that we don't ever meet Hans and have any conversation with him. And then we get teleported to a different dimension for this boss fight. Why is that? Disney, why did you mess with this world so much? I'm pretty sure Disney is the reason this world is the way that it is. And it is frustrating.
Do you really think this will help Anna?
I don't know. But we better try something.
Let's get it.
Sounds good to me, Donald. Let's do it.
Back off.
Oof. That's a big oof. Just shoot all of the fire. I don't remember how to fight this thing. I don't remember how this boss fight goes at all. I'm pretty sure at one point he brings the moon down on top of us. I think we fight the moon in this one. I have a vague recollection of that. What if this movie caused more sense of frostbite for people wanting... because people wanted blue fingers like Anna? Yes. Yeah, I don't know that to be a fact, but I really want it to. I really want that to be a thing. So, I really wanted the Anna look. So, I filled a bowl full of ice and water, and then I soaked my fingers in there overnight, and now I can't feel them anymore, and the doctor says I have to cut them off. Which I'm okay with, because they went way past blue and straight to black, and I'm just not a fan of that. That's not what I'm here for. I wanted blue fingers like Anna. So then we tried to kill my sister, and then I would save her by putting my hands up, and that would thaw a frozen heart or whatever. But then I just ended up with a cut hand, and that's how I lost half of my other fingers. So now I have no fingers left, and I'm just saying that maybe Disney should pay for this. Disney, they need to take responsibility. They should have had a disclaimer in the movie or something. I can't believe they would let me do something like, yeah, look, here comes the moon. It's the weirdest boss fight. This is the weirdest. Let's do our finishing move under the falling moon. Oh, I was kind of hoping the game would glitch out and we would go into the moon just then, but it doesn't look like that's what's going to happen, sadly. Oh, we can do something to the darkness? Oh, nice, big guy! Send that moon back where it came from, or so help me.
Come on! You're out of here!
Just keep in mind, during the events of Frozen, this is all happening in a portal in another dimension. There's a boy with spiky hair fighting a giant wolf. World's a weird place, friends. World's a weird place. Stranger things have happened. I'm just gonna keep popping him with fire until I can't pop him with fire no more. As much damage as we can do from a distance. You wanted to see me glitch into the moon? I wanted to see that too. I thought that would be great. I sprung his offspring. His offspring have sprung. Hit him with the fire. We're real close to getting him. I know you can't see the health bar, but he's got 3 health bars left. About to be 3. 3 and a bit at the moment. Oh, here we go. We're going back to this again. He's back in the moon. I guess that's the moon. I mean, he goes up in front of the moon, and then he turns into a spiraling vortex. This is just straight out of Majora's Mask. I think we just do the same thing we did last time. We just pop our finisher again. It was very effective. Once more, though, we're not going into the moon. It looks like someone thought ahead to that. Maybe someone else tried. We're real close to it, though. We're right on the edge. Can I cut this? Do I have to watch them do this again? This is going to be the same thing again. Yeah, it's just, I can't. There's nothing I can do. Yeah, we're just going to have to watch them do it again. Okay. That ought to do it right there. This right here. Get him! Get him! Yes! We did it! And our maximum MP was increased. Thumbs up all around, fam. That was pretty easy. Why do bosses need so many health bars now? In my day, they only had 1 impossibly long health bar, and nobody complained. In the original Kingdom Hearts game, they had different colored health bars. So you'd bring down the orange one, and then the purple one, and then the blue one, and then finally you'd kill them. I do like it better now that they're segmented, so you can get a better gauge of how many they have left. I like this better than they heal. You know, I hate the boss fights where you think you've killed them, but then they come back and they're bigger and stronger. And then you never know, is there a third phase? I've got no idea. Yeah. This, though, you can kind of see how many phases you've got to deal with them. Reposition myself here. Straighten out my jacket. I guess that all of that took place in a different dimension in time and space. Because I think we arrived back at the story on the Frozen Lake exactly where we left, with a frozen Anna who's about to thaw out. Because true love thaws a frozen heart. Not that I've ever experienced that. My heart is still very much frozen and waiting to be thawed. Sephiroth will always be your favorite boss battle? Like Sephiroth in Final Fantasy VII or Sephiroth in Kingdom Hearts? That is what he's from, right? Final Fantasy VII? From Final Fantasy, okay. I'm about to play through that on the Switch. They've got it's like the original game that you can play through. And then, of course, the remaster's coming out for PlayStation 4 or 5 this year or 3 years from now. At some point.
Oh!
You never finished the first Kingdom Hearts? I wouldn't have if we didn't have folks like Halrondo and Laszlo around to help us. Uh-oh. Jeez, these villains never give up. Now, Larkstein, how are you going to freeze time? Once again, I have to question how magic works in these worlds. She can create a tower out of ice. She can freeze time and space. But Donald still can't make us a jacket with his magic. His magic can transform us into monsters and merpeople. It cannot give us a jacket to deal with the cold.
Oh, I see. So you bumped into Marluxia. Then why am I explaining this again? I told you before. The new 7 hearts. If you mess up and don't find your 7 guardians of light, we're gonna need another group to fall back on.
Leave innocent people out of it!
Oh, look at this tough guy. Such a big boy.
His magic probably works on need. Sora looked like he was pretty cold and he needed a jacket earlier.
Other guardians of light.
But I guess he's been staying physically active enough. You know, he's burning calories. He's staying warm.
The king said you're one seeker of darkness short.
Oh no, we're set.
I like that her eyes match her hair. Yellow eyes, though, isn't that a sign of kidney failure or something? You want to go get that looked at. Pancreas failure. What gives you yellow eyes? The Sith. Turning to the Sith gives Anakin yellow eyes briefly for a bit.
They'll go after Elsa and Anna.
You yellow eyes. We're gonna go. Oh, jaundice apparently. My niece was born jaundice. They had to put her in like a microwave oven for a bit to get rid of it.
They're strong.
I'm pretty sure there's something else. Hepatitis. Oh, that's fun. That's a lot of fun.
You're right. They have
Biliary duct obstruction? Wait, are these causes? No, this is what's causing my yellow skin. No, I'm looking for yellow eyes specifically. Alcohol-related liver disease. Yeah, keep your liver healthy, everyone, or you'll turn into a Sith Lord. That's what happened to Anakin. He didn't turn to the dark side to save his love. He was a known alcoholic. He drank way too much, and eventually it caught up with him. His eyes started turning yellow. Next thing you know, you're a Sith Lord. Don't be like Anakin. Dadgummit, it happened again. Dadgummit, stop that. Why is this happening? Ugh. There's no way to disable that either. To disable it to where it doesn't automatically switch inputs. I didn't do anything that time. I definitely didn't do anything that time. It might be coming up and asking to do an update or something. I'll check it after this. I should have just turned my computer off. That would have been more logical. In case you were wondering what we missed. Elsa made the world a pretty place again. We did it! And it only took 2 hours. Just about. It'll definitely be 2 hours after all of the cutscenes end. Because if there's one thing Kingdom Hearts has going for it, it's cutscenes. Lots and lots of cutscenes. Lots of never-ending supply of cutscenes. Just a constant flow.
Hmm. Oh.
I mean, I like the story, though, so it's good. I'm invested. You gotta go, Walkerhound? Well, thank you for tuning in and keeping the chat lively. We've had a good flow of people coming in and talking. We had it right at the start. We had Gilliam and Blood Elf. And then we got our new friend. I've already forgotten his name. Don't tell him that. Kids Need Showers? Go see to that. Go be a parent. Red's joined. Red's kept us entertained for a while. We're pretty much at the end of the stream, though. So, thank you for coming in.
Well,
Why are there more people in the chat?
Princesses of Heart's time for protecting the pure light has ended. They have passed the light to others. Our enemy must certainly be cognizant of this. If the new 7 Hearts is what they wish to call them, so be it.
But Kairi hasn't passed on her power. Is she one of the new 7?
She must be. But still, she chose to wield a Keyblade and fight with us as one of the Guardians of Light.
Yeah.
We haven't found Clara yet.
I didn't understand a word of what he just
At
said.
least we tracked down Ventus. Vanitas told us that he's inside Sora's heart.
And so did Ansem the Wise in his data, so it almost certainly must be true.
Oh, whoa.
And that's great! Now we can rescue Ven!
Yeah, you sound so enthusiastic about that.
Except Aqua's the only one who knows where he's hidden. We still have to find her first.
I'll go.
No, you won't.
Is that wise?
You need the power of waking, Sora.
Yeah, Sora, don't be goofy.
No?
Isn't it revealed that it was inside of us all along and we do have it?
Without that power, you are not ready to face the realm of darkness.
Come on. What's so funny?
Sorry. Master Yen Sid knows you a little too well. He said you'd try to stage a half-baked rescue.
Yeah, laugh it up.
Sora, I know you're volunteering because you're worried about me and Mickey.
Yeah.
Well, thanks. But the power of waking's important. You can come to the rescue once you've got that. Sound fair?
Yeah. All right. But be safe. No reckless stunts.
Yes, sir.
I'm just going through a list of different options I had in the chat that I never knew existed. Like the ability to make it to where only people who have followed for 10 minutes can chat. That might cut down on spam. The amount of times we have people jumping in and being like, hey, I'm streaming too, guys, you should follow my channel. Yeah, I might be able to get rid of that a little bit, now that you have to have like a 10-minute investment. You can't just pop in and say that. You have to be at least on the stream for 10 minutes. That's pretty good.
Very good. Sora will continue his journey to build his powers.
Learning all kinds of interesting things. I mean, I should be paying attention to the cutscene, but I've already played through the game, so I know what's being discussed. So I'm just educating myself over here a bit. And enjoying it. You can create rooms? I'm learning all kinds of things. A subscriber-only room.
So why are you back?
Huh. I guess I could do that. I got a couple. I got a few Twitch. I got a few subs on Twitch. I don't know how many. I don't know where to check that either.
So, why do you think the old geezer took us back? He must know we backstabbed the organization.
One. I have one Twitch sub.
Xehanort doesn't care about you or me.
Oh, I've just downloaded a list.
Empty husks.
Hey, it's Blood Elf. Thank you for being our sub on Twitch, Blood Elf.
To hold his essence.
You're a great guy. Love you. Good looking.
Not me. You up for another coup?
Oh, please. You couldn't do it last time. You gotta play it smart, like me.
This guy.
What? You're not smart?
Well, you heard what Marley said. I don't have to be smart.
Or capable, or likable, or attractive. A cereal bowl would make a better vessel.
Oof.
Whoa,
savage.
You are way out of line. I am extremely imposing, when I want to be, which is admittedly almost never.
One of my favorite organization members here.
Why haven't you gone to any world?
Just phantom strumming an instrument that is making no noise as he does it.
Not. I got benched.
Huh?
Cyax brought Vexen on board. They must be planning to use replicas.
Those wind-up toys?
Oh, no. The replicas are way more real than you remember. I mean, one stole my spot.
Of course it stole your spot. You're dumb as a brick.
Rude. Just rude.
Vexen's latest replicas are no mere puppets. The Riku replica we used in Castle Oblivion was just a prototype.
There's so much exposition in these cutscenes.
Crafted from Sora's memories was real enough to join our ranks. And Vexen claims the new ones will be human in every way. If he ever finishes them.
Oh, the thing is, I kinda told Sora and his nitwits that we're ready. My bad.
Let them believe as much.
Ugh, Zemnis.
If they think that we have all 13 darknesses, then they will panic. And panic leads to a lack of preparation.
It's cool looking. But why are they having these conversations on top of rock pillars in the desert?
Hey now, pointing is rude.
The first 6 members of the original organization were all apprentices to Ansem the Wise, and the 7th and 8th members joined thereafter. The 13th member was Roxas, a Keyblade wielder.
Keyblade! Walker, Hound, switch yourself up. Oh my gosh, be careful near showers. Very unsafe. Water and phones don't go well together, but welcome back. We're at the end and we're contemplating why people are on rocks. This happens. I mean, if I could have a conversation on a rock, I probably would do it at least once.
You're in too? What is this, organization rehash?
I happen to play an important role. No one benched me.
You were listening? So not cool.
One must hold one's cards.
This guy's look is so extra.
What important role? That stupid box that Zigbar claims is real, but won't tell us a thing about?
Look, the box is real. Spoilers, we don't know what's in it still, and it's still frustrating.
Purpose. You didn't invite us back for old time's sake.
You 4 are going to reveal your greatest secret. The ancient Keyblade legacy that slumbers within you.
Huh? Hmm?
I'm really listening. I have waterproof headphones and my phone is well away from water. Okay. So what you're saying is it's up to me to continue talking and being entertaining because there's no visual quality to this stream for you at the moment. Pathways to a new world are open. To visit a new world, you'll have to reach it on your gummy ship. Once you've reached the world, you'll be able to warp back to it anytime you like. That's great. So we did unlock. We've got Pirates of the Caribbean now. That's a Battle Level 34 world. And then we've got Battle Level 38 world, San Francisco. And I don't know what my current level is, but what I do know is we are done for today. So if you are watching this, we've got a couple of people watching. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you. I hope that you've enjoyed it. Big shout out to all the folks who joined the chat and kept the chat going while I was playing and kept me engaged and entertained, really. Folks chatting keeps me as entertained as I'd like to think I keep them entertained. So shout out to Walker Hound. Thank you so much. Reds, thank you for also chatting. And then back up at the top, we had Gilliam and Blood Elf. Thank you all for tuning in and keeping the chat going. Shout out to Reds for following. Thank you for following. I hope that your streaming is going well. And Walker Hound, thank you for the bits. You listen for my silky smooth voice. Well, that's good to hear. I'm glad that that's what you're here for. I'm hoping that this is working out for you. And now I am going to go because I have to use the restroom and then I have to get to bed for work in the morning. So thank you all for watching. God bless you. And I will see you all next time. Goodbye.
Thank you so much for joining us during this live stream. If you enjoyed it, please share it with a friend or loved one. They'll enjoy it as well, and thank you are really cool for watching it. Also, big thanks to our patron supporters. Check out the link in the description or head to patreon.com/howdyfolks to find out how you can become a patron or executive producer. Until next time, thank you folks for watching, God bless you, and we'll see you later.